My daughter forgot Captain Fluffington at my mom's house. That stupid toy rabbit is the only reason we're still alive. Mommy, where's Captain Fluffington? My 3-year-old's voice was already shaking, and I watched her little hands patting the empty car seat like she could make him appear. We were 20 minutes from my mom's house, halfway home, and I knew exactly what was coming. We have to go back, she wailed, and the tears started flowing like someone had flipped a switch. I told her we could get him tomorrow, but she started kicking the seat in front of her and screaming so loud my ears were ringing. I need him, Mommy. I need him right now. Please, Mommy, please. The divorce had been hard on her, and lately she couldn't sleep without that torn-up stuffed rabbit pressed against her face, so I pulled a U-turn in the middle of the road and headed back. My mom looked confused when we pulled into her driveway again. Back so soon? I told her we forgot Captain Fluffington, and she laughed and said, "Oh Lord, we can't have that." She grabbed him from the couch and handed him through the window, and my daughter squeezed him tight and said, "Thank you, Mommy. You're the best mommy in the whole world." I felt guilty for almost telling her no. My mom leaned in and whispered, "You look exhausted, honey. You sure you don't want to stay for dinner?" I told her we really needed to get home, and she nodded and said, "All right, but get some rest tonight. Promise me." I told her I would try and pulled out of the driveway. My daughter passed out 5 minutes into the drive home, leaving me alone with my thoughts in the dark. I kept checking the rearview mirror out of habit because my ex had been showing up places he shouldn't be lately, but the road stayed empty behind us. When we turned onto our street, I saw police lights flashing everywhere, red and blue bouncing off the houses, and my heart started pounding when I realized they were parked in front of our building. I spotted Mr. Howard sitting on the back of an ambulance with a blanket around his shoulders, and I rushed over with my daughter still asleep against my chest. "Mr. Howard, what happened? Are you okay?" He looked up at me, and his face crumpled like he was about to cry. "Oh, thank God," he said. "Thank God you're all right. I didn't know what I was gonna do if something happened to you." I asked him what was going on, and he took a shaky breath before answering. "I got home from the store about 40 minutes ago, and your front door was wide open. I knew something was wrong right away because you never leave it like that." I told him maybe I forgot to lock it this morning, and he shook his head slowly. "No, it wasn't just unlocked, it was wide open, like someone kicked it in." I asked him if he called the police, and he said, "Not yet. I went back to my place and got my pistol first. Wanted to see what I was dealing with before I made any calls." He rubbed his hands together like he was trying to warm them up even though it wasn't cold. "When I pushed your door open, I saw him standing in your living room just waiting there in the dark. My whole body went rigid." Who was in my apartment?" Mr. Howard looked at me with tears in his eyes. "That ex of yours, Daniel. He was just standing there holding a hunting knife in one hand and a roll of duct tape in the other, and when I told him to get on the ground, he just smiled at me like I was telling a joke. I felt like the ground was tilting underneath my feet." "What did he say to you?" Mr. Howard's voice cracked, and he had to clear his throat before he could get the words out. "He said, 'You're not gonna shoot me, old man, and when they get home, I'm gonna make sure she knows what happens when you try to leave me.'" I couldn't breathe. Mr. Howard shook his head like he still couldn't believe it. "So I shot him, and I hit 3 times right in the chest, and I'd do it again tomorrow if I had to." I asked him if Daniel was dead, and Mr. Howard just nodded toward the stretcher being loaded into the ambulance, the white sheet already soaked through with blood. I thought I would feel scared or sick or something, but all I felt was relief that he could never touch us again. Mr. Howard grabbed my arm gently and said, "The police are gonna want to talk to you, but I need to know you're okay first." Mr. Howard wiped his eyes and looked at me like something just occurred to him. "Wait, you're usually home before I even leave for the store. Why were you late tonight?" I looked down at Captain Fluffington clutched in my daughter's arms, and my knees almost gave out. Mr. Howard followed my eyes to the stuffed rabbit, and neither of us said a word.